Hey guys, it's Bo with Bono's Barbecue, and today I'm cooking a brisket on my Weber Smokey Mountain. I'm going to show you exactly what I do to make this an awesome brisket. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple tumbleweeds right here in the middle, and this would be called the minion method. Cooking in the middle, and it's going to spread out. So we're going to start here in the middle, and it's going to cook out. Today we are cooking a prime brisket. This is a 10-pound brisket from Costco, and it looks really, really good. Let's dive right into this thing. What we're gonna do is I'm not gonna do a competition style trim on this. I am gonna do just a backyard trim, and we're gonna leave about 1/4 inch of fat on this fat cap here. We're gonna trim off all the hard fat and even some of these real thin pieces here, because that'll be burnt to a crisp. And you don't want this real hard fat on there. It's not gonna break down, it's gonna be real gross. I will say this, one of the best things that you could do is leave your brisket cold when you're doing this trim. You do not wanna have a very soft brisket when you're doing this. It is not good, and the knife will be very difficult to work with. You know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to trim up this side right here. Trim all this off. Real hard fat here. Fat, I'm going to get this off. This is not good. It's not going to break down. Very, very hard piece of fat. This is not perfect, but you know what? This is backyard. So, all right, on the brisket here, you can see this is the flat part of the brisket. This piece here is the flat, and this end is the point, and that's where you get your burnt ends. And if you ever hear at a barbecue restaurant, if they ever ask you if you want lean or fatty brisket, the lean comes from this part, and the fatty comes from that side. And you can see this layer of fat here that separates the two muscles. And you could, and I've seen some guys do this, they'll peel this back and just slowly separate the brisket. We're not doing this. We're gonna cook the whole full packer brisket all in one, and we're gonna go ahead and rub it down right now with just a simple rub. As you can see, I'm using Bo's Fancy Barbecue Rub. Actually, this is just salt and pepper. In here, we're gonna do this basically Texas style, salt and pepper, and I did put about a tablespoon of my favorite barbecue rub in there, and I would encourage you just to experiment. We are gonna cook this meat side down today. And I'm just gonna put just a pinch of yellow mustard, just for a binder. Have zero impact on the taste. Just rub it in there. Hold up your shaker nice and high. Pat this in, press it in there real good. So it'll come off and flip it over. Some people use Worcestershire sauce. I'm not really sure how to say that word. I don't think any barbecue person knows actually how to say that word. I'm not sure anybody in the world knows how to say that word, but some people use that sauce, Worcestershire, who knows. Some people use mustard, some people use oil. Use what you got. put your hand down the side like that, it'll kind of bounce up the rub onto the side of the brisket. Looks very nice. Perfect size for my Weber Smokey Mountain. This is looking really, really good. Let's get it closed back up. We've got the brisket on the Weber Smokey Mountain, and I'm going to show you exactly how I got it all set up. I'm cooking it at around, I'd say 300 degrees, and this would be considered a hot and fast cook. You know, typically a lot of guys will cook briskets at 250, you know, 225 for hours and hours and hours. Well, I want to eat this tonight, and we're going to cook it hot and fast. So 300 degrees, and we're going to try to keep it that way. Let me show you exactly how I have the grill and the vents set up. You can see we're sitting at 300 degrees. I've got this top vent wide open. The top vent is wide open. And the bottom vent, I've got the other two vents closed off. And I got this bottom vent about 3/4 the way open. And it's able to hold that 300 degree mark. So I got it all set up, and we're gonna let this go. I'm gonna look at it here in about an hour, hour and a half, roughly. And we're gonna see how it looks. I want to have a nice, good, dark, Texas-style bark. That's what I'm really looking for. And I've got my wood chunks in there. It's looking really good, and I want that nice, dark, Texas-style bark, and we're gonna do everything we can today to get that hot and fast. So stay tuned. It's gonna be really amazing. I can't wait to eat this. It's gonna be amazing. All right, we got this baby open back up. We've been about an hour and 40 minutes into this cook. The color is coming along nicely. And I rotated this as well. We're gonna give it a little spritz here. Typically right here on the brisket, where this slopes down, there is a pooling of liquid here, fats mainly. But you know what? That's all right. That happens almost in every single brisket. We'll see how that turns out, and we may kind of drain that off, but we'll see. It looks good. Got to get it closed up. We've been hovering right at 300 degrees this entire cook. Been able to stay really steady. I'm happy about that. Like I was saying, that pool is down there. This looks really good. We are about 3 hours into this cook. It is looking absolutely beautiful. Man, it looks great. Man, I wish you could smell it. Woo-wee! We are 4 hours into this cook, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this brisket. It's looking really, really good. And, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's only gonna get worse. I gotta change my days when I'm doing my cooks. Woo! That bark looks good. The brisket's looking nice. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. It looks absolutely beautiful. All right, we've got this thing all wrapped up in the Texas crutch. Good old tinfoil. All right, so we have got the brisket off of the grill. We pulled it off, and we had it on there for about 5 hours at total cook time, and it went pretty fast. So we held it on there for about 300 degrees for about 3.5 hours-ish, unwrapped, and then I wrapped it in foil, 2 different pieces of foil, double wrapped it so it didn't leak, and let it sit in there for another 1.5 hours, roughly, and pulled it off. It was completely done. It hit about 208 to 210 degrees in there, and that was kind of my goal, was to have it hit about 210 roughly. And we pulled it off and let it rest for a while, and now we're gonna open it up and just look at this yummy goodness. So let's check this out. Man, it smells really good. Oh yeah, that looks great. You can see how jiggly it is. Perfect. I gotta admit, this looks pretty darn good. I'm excited to cut this sucker to pieces and eat Look at it. Perfectly juicy. It looks awesome. So we're gonna slice this sucker up real quick. And in this one, we're gonna cut it just like this. Oh, did you see that juice come out? Woo! Buddy. This is great looking. Oh, it rendered down nicely. Okay, so we are gonna slice this. And you're gonna cut these ones a little bit fatter. And I'm gonna cut these good. You know what, I'm gonna cut them as fat as I want. Right there. And this is where your burnt ends come from. But today, we're not making burnt ends. You can really see how good that looks right there. It's beautiful. Nice pink smoke ring. This is falling apart, man. Falling apart here. Doesn't that look good? Man, it smells good. Oh, buddy. Let's try that. For a 5-hour brisket, holy smokes. This is where it's at. This is good. That's something you'd be proud of right there. Anybody can do this. 5-hour brisket, son of a gun. That's how you do it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really am glad that it turned out good. And if you like these kind of videos, let me know what you want me to cook next. I would love if you give me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a whole lot. And I'm gonna keep making these videos every week, so make sure you hit that bell notification to let you know every time I publish a new video. Stay tuned, guys. I'll talk to you soon.